Hey everyone, this is my first video ever, and don't worry, I won't take time with the details here. But the net is, I worked super hard last year and a half and acquired a decent number of properties and created a bunch of hacks, frameworks, and systems to move really fast while neutralizing risks. For example, I bought my first property in 2019 December and then bought 20 more since, even through COVID restrictions, so I find it's really not that hard. Now I feel like I want to make this meaningful and share my insights that could help the community that I've learned so much from myself, and I have this renewed sense of purpose, and hopefully I can inspire and help people. Anyways, this is going to be the first video in a series where I'm going to talk about how I built and use some very crucial and rare hacks using online tools and information to move quickly on investment properties and to reduce risk while buying 22 units in just 14 months with no vacancies at all. And today, I'm going to share my single most helpful answer to what I found as a slightly hard question to crack easily. And that is, how do I know if a rental property will get renters? This will mostly be applicable to understand the current demand lasting next few months. I'll do another video to explain how I forecast the demand in an area, which is also very important for me to know, so I'm not buying in a market where property will be vacant in the future. Now, what makes it hard to answer this question is there's not much information available online on how to assess it. And when you try to find the data, I've personally found it to deviate from source to source, which shakes my confidence in relying on the data, especially when I'm about to spend thousands of dollars. So let's say you have a property, and I'm going to assume the area is new to you. Whether you're absolutely new to rental property investing, in which case any area will be new to you, presumably, or you have experience already but now considering a new geography. Let's run through an example here. So here's a property that showed up in my inbox via the filters I set up online. And because I run analysis every day on tens of properties, my mind knew this had potential. But it's in a new area and I'm not really sure what the current demand is in this area for renters. Now, everyone has their own criteria, but I personally use a combination of 3 quantitative and qualitative factors based on my goals, strengths, and constraints, which is a video for another time. If you would like that, please comment below. Quantitatively, I check for cash on cash because I want passive income. Qualitatively, I want good tenants in my property so there are no headaches, and that's usually a function of crime and schools in the area. Another qualitative factor is what this video is all about. There should be demand for this property to be rented out. So on this property, I went and did quick numbers analysis, and with the purchase price and the rents I can get for this property, I knew the numbers made sense. I also know it will attract decent quality tenants. And here is an example of something that Realtor really gives you a good idea about, is the crime in the area. So you can go to the property, click on the map, and then you have all this data that you can overlay on the map itself. So I know it will attract decent quality tenants. Again, if you would like a video on how to run numbers and find areas with good tenant quality, please comment below. Only question is, for me right now, are there tenants who will want to rent in this area? So here's a hack for that. You go on Zillow and look for properties up for rent very close by. So this is 808 Ferry Street. And if you click on it, you see it's at the corner of 8th and Ferry. When I come back to Zillow, I look at 8th and Ferry is right here. Now the trick is you want to look for properties that are very close by. Real estate markets and the demands are hyper local, so you want to make sure you're looking not too far away from the potential investment. I would draw a radius of 8 to 9 blocks around this property and look for all the rentals in that zone. Okay, as it is, you can see there are not a lot of properties for rent in the area, so the supply is low, and that is usually also a good indicator for demand as well. So let's click on the one in the area with preferably this same makeup as this property. This property at 706 Northampton Street is very similar to the investment I'm looking at currently, so I'll look more here. So I'm going to click on it. I already have the tab opened here. And then you scroll till you see days listed and contacts right here. And that is really it. You might be like, that's it? Not a lot, right? But it's not about what the information is. It's about what it means. This is actually a gold mine of information. This tells us how many people are inquiring about this property, which is equal to the contacts made. So that is a great factual representation of interested renters in this area and this type of property. You can actually also reverse engineer this, and then you can look at the properties with most contacts and see what renters are usually interested in, like square footage, bedrooms, amenities, and then invest in similar properties. This was an aha moment for me when I first found this out. I personally had been struggling to find good data and methodology to assess the demand for a renter in a specific area. It always made me uneasy, even with the amount of diligence I do. Similarly, you can go back and look at other rentals within a specific block radius and do more of an analysis. One asterisk I want to mention here is that this is the most helpful and factual data point I found, but there are some other factors you might want to also look at, like checking the street view and seeing the condition of the properties and the yards around when you're looking at a specific area that's new to you. And that is it. I'm going to do a broader analysis of markets to assess rental demand factors like population growth, job growth, etc., and what they all mean in the upcoming videos. So please subscribe and or comment if you're interested in learning more about a specific topic. Thanks so much for your time and hope this was helpful. Cheers.